Greetings, this is August 10th at 4 a.m. I wanted to just check in. I got an opportunity to get on the Canadian Wildland Fire Information System, and we'll take a look at that. You're just looking from the western wall across the chasm, and there's faces in the rocks. So let's jump to this new map. And one of the first things that struck me right off the bat was these 4 hotspots south of Highway 99. And as you can see, there's 5 hotspots just to the north of Highway 99. There's also, it looks like, some control patterning outside the fire perimeter, and that perimeter may change. So I went immediately to the last update on the NRC system from 10:38 p.m. PST, and those dots did not appear. However, it looked like a grouping of similar dots on the north side of the highway. Now, if we switch over to the mobile BC Firemap Plus, I'm not seeing those dots either. So I have 2 sources that are saying all of the infrared hotspots are on the north side of the highway. And I have 1 source suggesting that it may be on the south side of the highway. Is it worth a check? Yes. But the professionals, of course, have better satellite data than I'm amassing right now because they're doing heat mapping. So they also look controlled. So that means who's ever there knows what's going on. But now you see what I can see, and it does cause anxiety. This is a volatile situation. We're alert to flare-ups and hotspots that appear outside the perimeter. But remember, they can be 500 meters to a kilometer off. So there has to be validation, and the data has to be substantiated. I want to show you this as well while I'm looking at this mapping system. This is the chasm, the mouth of it, and there's 2 small dots out there. I don't know if you can see them. They're right there. So at a glance, it's very difficult to see on this map, especially when we are displaying it for demonstration purposes. So you add in the layers, and if you're examining an area, you may want to take off those layers, especially the alert layers, because it's very difficult to see. This looks a little ominous. This is also on the same mapping system, and they show you the alerts and the growth of perimeters, as well as a bunch of other features. But look at the proximity of these 2 wildfires. From that perspective, they appear to be within striking distance of each other. Thankfully, the Marble mountain range lies between them, but at this stage of the game, even mountain ranges leave me a little concerned as to their effectiveness as a fire guard. So, now that we are aware, let's watch for it. I'm going to jump over to a couple more screens because I had the Canadian Wildland Fire Information System up. Let's take a look at that eastern flank that was reaching towards the Dead Man River. I'm going to revisit this in the daylight, but there are the images, and there's one more coming up for the northern portion of this same eastern flank. And it allows us to examine what another satellite system is seeing, how close it is to features of the terrain that we can recognize on the other mapping systems. So here's a couple of the screens. Now you're looking at that northeast flank that's putting a threat towards Young Lake, and we can gauge that it's still approximately 4 to 5 kilometers away. Good news that they don't appear to have grown. The eastern flank seems to be throwing a few hotspots. I think the message here is compare the data. Verify what you're looking at. We're not on the ground. I'm not on the ground, so I can't stand there with a set of binoculars and give you GPS readings on where infrared hotspots actually exist. If we jump over to windy, we can see from the northeast at 1 kilometer an hour. And if we look at the other computer model, we can see it's coming from the north, south, east, and west at approximately 2 kilometers an hour. So it's meandering doldrums waiting for a change. This is a really quick update. I caught that other satellite information, and while I was on there, it was moving really fast, so I got every screen from July 6th to August 10th. And I'm going to put those together in an animation so you can see the progression of the Elephant Hill wildfire in its entirety in an overview map. I'll be back